Kaizer Chiefs lose again to Stellenbosh FC 2-1 in the Betway premiership. Welcome to the Huddle. Welcome to Amakosi Corner on the Huddle. This is your boy Mojere. Yeah. Hey, Mojere Chavile. Hey, Mojere Hasabu. Hey. Guys, I'm back. I was just composing myself. When we chose to support KZE Chiefs, it's not as if like we didn't have any choice. We had other choices, but we chose KZE Chiefs, and we will not run away from KZE Chiefs. KZE Chiefs is our team, guys. Whether we lose or win, KZE Chiefs is our team. That is why we've established platforms like this, so that me and you can have a conversation, me and you can have a discussion about what's going on, what's going wrong in our team. And you look at it. Let's go to the game on Tuesday. Look, Coach Ben and Coach Cedric or KAZE, we thank you guys so much for getting us where we are now. We thank you so much for the wins. We thank you so much for the progress that you've made after Coach Nabi left. But I think, guys, it's time to go, eh? I think it is time to go, because you look at they cannot handle the pressure. You look at the press conference that Coach Ben, he looks agitated, he looks angry, like he looks like he's ready to snap at journalists, and it is not a way. I heard there's a video. I'm not promoting this, by the way. Our journalists have to be professional at all times. I had this in the video when he was coming in. They were speaking in Venek and saying, "Lo, longeng is next, ngongeng like that's how it has come, because if he's not fighting with journalists in press conferences, he doesn't want to answer questions. Why hasn't he played? And he said it's because we're waiting for him to become what he played today. I'm like, what does that even make sense to you? Like, we were waiting for him to become let's go to the game on Tuesday. Like, Coach Hunt has got a number, and Coach Hunt, he's finding the formula of beating KZE Chiefs. You look at KZE Chiefs in the first half. Let's leave the missed chances by Dupreez for a second. Let me come back to Dupreez, and I think I've addressed this issue before. Yes, he's missing chances. He's missing so many chances, but he's making the runs. In life, there's always, I love what Mark Goldbridge says, there's always red and green. But sometimes there's a yellow as well. There's always a yellow. So with Dupreez, yes, he misses those chances, but he's making runs. He's making those runs behind the defense. He's making those chances for us, but he must still work on his finishing. Well, is it too late for him? We don't know. Is he getting enough training in training? We don't know. Is he getting enough guidance, good training, to finish off those chances? Is it a matter of self-confidence is very low? Is it a matter of he's feeling low at, like, he knows the amount, or is it a matter of the shirt is just too heavy for him? And I don't like the abuse that we always give him. I know football is an emotional sport, but sometimes we must also think that there's also a human being on the other side receiving these attacks from us, receiving this abuse from us, and that also might be contributing to his confidence levels, contributing to how he's playing. I've said my piece. Now let's go back to the game. You look, guys, in the first half we looked good. We were playing well, we created enough chances, we could have won the game in the first half. And then you come in the second half. I don't know what happened second half. I don't know what happened. I was reading the Twitter, I think is El Capitano. We follow each other. And he said something very interesting I want us to discuss. Is it time that we drop the label? Because I've been saying here that he's been one of our outstanding players this season. But I also said after Coach Nabi left, he never looked like himself again. And you look at now also, he does the same thing. It's either he's selfish or he's making the wrong decisions, or to shoot. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. If you shoot and you don't hit the target, what's the point of shooting? And if you shoot, and if your teammate is in a better position, what is the point of shooting? You look at also the 2 goals that we considered from Stellenbosh. The defense was in shambles. Kankela, Solomon's, both goals. You look at the first goal, the runner comes from behind. He's not checking his run. Comes from behind and one more passer Solomon, and he scores. You look at the second goal. Quinika gets dragged to the ball. He's out of position. Instead of Solomon's taking back or tugging in to cover him, he doesn't. He stands still. Go look at the second goal. He stands still. And Titus just walks past. He just, like, it's a freeway for him. He goes there. He's got enough time to chill, pick his spot, and score. You look at it's a time to drop them. And I've said this, and I think we've all said that Chiefs this season we've got the depth in squad. You look at when every time Dupreez misses a goal or the strikers misses a goal, they go to the grandstands. They showcase the Chiefs players. We still have Ovela Bayo in the bench, Ikadaro, Mayo. We've got a lot of players that can come in and make a difference, but we're not using them. So I do not understand if the coaches don't know how to use them, or the squad is just too much. Because, for example, Chestel, Singer was on the bench as well. Chestel has not even been on the bench. Whole season we bought a player, he's never been on the bench. The first game that he's involved in, he's in the starting lineup, he couldn't even finish the whole match because he was not match fit. Now who do you blame? The coaches, obviously. Now we're going to the weekend, a big game. That's what we're done. We're going to the weekend, a big game. Rodala against a team that has suffered 2 defeats in a row. A team that is now in revenge. Is out for blood now, all on the Pirates. What is he gonna do? You look at our youngsters, man. You look at Shabalala, Velagazi, you look at Bo McCarthy, now Mabasa. You look at how much potential they came through the ranks, the potential they had, and when they first came into the team, they had those sparks. Those sparks now are gone. Those sparks now are gone. Now people are calling for Shabalala Z. I saw someone having a list of people to not renew their contract or sell, and Shabalala was among them. A player that came was very exciting. Shabalala, guys were very exciting into coming into the team. But because, for me personally, because of bad coaching, we couldn't develop them any further. So they've hit the ceiling with the current coaches. They can't go any further. No, as supporters, we see Garbana, they are not doing anything. Look, this is my 2 cents. If I was Chiefs management, I would get a coach now. Now, tomorrow. Before the die, we will learn. For the last 2 months that remain in the season, the coach must come and assess his team, assess his players. Who is he going to go with next season? So this and preseason becomes preseason. So you give him an extended preseason, and who knows, he might push Sundowns and Orlando Pirates to the last decade of the league. So you give him this time to assess his team, assess his options, and then he decides who he wants to continue with, who he doesn't want to continue with. But Chiefs don't do that because of what? Money issues. Now we go to the dive. Let me cover the dive in another video. But yeah, I was so disappointed that we lost against Stellenbosh. We could have closed the gap at the top. We could have made this title race very interesting, but it's still a long way to go. We still have two games, and 2 games obviously. Going behind is not games behind is not 3 points. We can still catch up, but we cannot perform like we did against Stellenbosh. We need to be technical discipline. We need to take our chances, and we need to use our striker. Silva has been good. Level at the cross that Dilepo gave him, he scored. He's been making those runs, but we are not finding him. We are not playing to the striker's abilities or strengths. Let me know what you think, guys. Those are my 2 cents. Okay, the Chiefs lose again. Another game to Stellenbosh. And remember, like, share, subscribe, like, follow on wherever platform you are. And again, until we meet again, I'm a Kosi, I'm a